Good morning for those in the Asian time zone, which I am, and good evening for those in the United States and Canada. And guess what? It's time for Dodger baseball. I'm just kidding, but reason I'm wearing this today is officially Major League Baseball opening day has started. And as a Dodger fan, today I decided to wear my Dodger outfit for this live stream, even if it's not about Dodger baseball. But yeah, the jersey I'm wearing is Clayton Kershaw. He was supposed to pitch today, but he is not pitching today. So I'm just going to give you a quick review of what's going on here in Daejeon, South Korea. Currently, it's been raining a lot, so that's why I have an umbrella with me at all times. So it's important I have an umbrella so I can bust it out once that rain starts coming down. And the case is still going up, but it's still not too bad. So things are still good. And I'm still able to go to a coffee shop, still able to go to a restaurant and get to do the things that we did in the past. So, so I am so happy to still be able to do that here in South Korea. So, before we get into the topic, I will let's catch up on these comments here. So I'm going to start with Mr. Ron. Yes, good morning. And he says, good morning to everyone here. And Thomas, is stalking creepy? That's my tactic. Yeah, let's not do that over here. Yeah, let's not do that over here. But here's the thing, Thomas. Say if you make it here, here's a funny thing. Like if we're like in downtown and you have some Korean girls that have been drinking, they might give you more attention than they'll give me because I look like everybody here. So they'll just be like, ignore me and they'll give you all the attention. So that's always have happened in the past, Thomas. So if we just sit back, yeah, you'll probably get more attention than I will. And let's see. Yeah, that's a funny one. Oh, Joby. Yes. Hello, sis. So, yeah, I've discovered her on, Jackie's live stream. So, my other sis. So, yes. Yeah, done, brother. And she says in Korean, 안녕하세요. 안녕하세요. 만나서 반갑습니다, Joby. Yeah. Now, if I was meeting a dignitary or a president, Joby, I gotta say chum 뵙겠습니다. So if it's like my dad's friends, like one of the politicians, yeah, that's how I gotta greet them. If I'm meeting them for the first time, of course. So there's those two types of greetings. Yeah, and China Dave from Upland. Yes, we're all happy to have you here today too. Yeah. And Mr. Ron says hi. And Joby says hi. And let's see. Oh. Host, I feel cold. I need a jacket. Yeah. Yeah. Little different here. What we do. Yeah. Yeah. I guess you didn't read my email. Nope. I need to check the email. I haven't been checking the emails, Thomas. So I'll take a look at it. Afterwards, when I get settled into a coffee shop and trying to get my next video release, I'll make that a priority. Email. Yeah. Yep. Exactly, Joby. Yeah, where is Sister Jackie? Is she hanging out? We're probably still waking up. Yeah. That's so, brother. Yeah. Okay, so, today's topic is what? Like creepy things, local guys do. And I'm not talking about all the Korean guys. I'm only talking about those little creepy ones. Yes. the creepies, like especially in the Philippines. When I was in the Philippines, when I talked to some of the Filipinos or mostly the Filipinas, they're like, yeah, they're a bunch of chick boys, F boys, playboys, So that's the reputation that they have. So I wanted to touch some bases. All right, you can call sis. Thank you, Joby. And Ken, good morning. It's nice to see you. So hopefully you can get out of Kansas. So yeah. And Dave, yeah. Love it. Upland man. So all right. Yeah. Joby, I do things a little differently. We don't give out jackets here usually. It's not like the Filipino the YouTube. So there's a reason. I'll explain that another time if you want to message me. But I don't do what we do with the Filipino bloggers. There's a real reason for it. So I have to tell you later. Okay, and in South Korea, in a travel bubble yet. So, well, you still can come here. But the price has jumped up to almost $1,800 US. And then another issue is we still don't know after 3 months, can you extend? I think what I've heard recently, Ken and Thomas, because you guys may looking to drop in here, you might get an exemption to where you might be able to extend an extra month or two. But then after a while, depending on who you talk to in immigration, they might say, you need to go home now. So it just depends. Yeah. So yeah. All right. Thank you, Joby. Yeah. So now, King, why do you do this while the mic is streaming? So yeah, I know. I should. I know you're gonna be going back and forth. I checked in. I didn't comment on Mike. For those that know Mike, lived my ass off. I know. I saw Mike over there. I was like, dang it. I know. Eventually, I'm gonna just say, Mike, let me come into your stream eventually. Yeah. Too bad I can't combine the streams. That'd be nice. Where we both get credit for watch hours. Well, Mike doesn't need it. He's already there. So yeah. So yeah. I see, brother. Yeah. Maybe you give. Oh, no. I don't give Jackie too much of a nosebleed. Yeah. Yeah, I was coming September. Do you think I should come earlier? Actually, Ken, it depends weather-wise. I wouldn't. The only reason I say don't come in August is it's very hot and a lot of mosquitoes, and it's a little uncomfortable. I mean, unless you can deal with that. But September's usually cool because the weather gets a little cooler. And if you do come in September, October, bring some warm clothes. It starts getting really cold here. So that's one thing I recommend. Korea has usually 2 long seasons, summer and winter. And spring and fall last only 2 weeks each, where you see the spring blossom. So that's when you see all that. So yeah. So yes. Now, as I've caught up with comments, I want to go over some of the stuff here. And of course, reason I did this is sometimes when I kind of bounce things off, like based on something a sub would say would give me an idea. Like you guys sometimes help me. I go, oh, I should do this. Yeah. Do this subject. So, and the reason I thought about this is, of course, Jeffrey is not here yet. He's based in Clearwater, Florida. His daughter is coming to Korea to teach English. So I thought, hey, why not? And what happened is when I thought about that, I stumbled onto some YouTubers, and these are local Korean guys. So the information that I'm providing you comes from a mouth of regular Korean guys. This is not something I all of a sudden conjured up or talked to some people, and said, hey, is that what happened? And yes, I've talked to some of the locals, I mean, some of the females that, deal with, some of these issues. So I had a lot of American friends that, dealt with Korean guys coming up and, trying to hit on them. So, yeah. So, first one I'm going to talk about is this one. Let's go eat ramen together. So, the point is, after hanging out all day, all night, the guy says this to get the girl into his place. So, in Korean, 라면을 먹자. 라면을 지금 먹고 싶다. And that's exactly what I said. Let's go eat some ramen. So that's after the long day. And then the plan is get her to your house and try to get in and do what you need to do. So that's one of the lines these guys use. So, yeah. So that's one of the things that one of these, and you might not think he's creepy, but it's one of the tactics. And this is one of those little secret tactics they use. Let's go eat some ramen, meaning, yeah, we're going to eat some ramen, or coming to my pad, let's go watch Netflix or Hulu. So this is one of the points, that some of these guys use. And funny thing is, I did see this on all the YouTube videos where Korean guys talk about this, but I've heard it from fellow foreign English teachers here in Korea. So I can say both ways. I've heard it both ways on that. Yes, and going back to comments here, I don't want South Korea to lock down for Americans. Yeah. Right now, going back to that, luckily we have like a nice big relationship with South Korea. So hopefully, they will still allow us. So as I checked the report, Ken, it still says South Korea, US and Europe can come here to quarantine. So we're still allowed to do that. Yeah, and must be me. So she always says, I do. So yes. So that was the first point. Let's go eat ramen or mukja. So those are one of the points that it's a tactic. So I'm going to go to the next one. This is the fun one. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. So wait for this one. This one's the cool point right here. So, and I think this even happens in the Philippines. Let's go to the DVD bang, or let's go to the DVD room. So, and bang means room in Korea. So, if a Korean guy asks you, let's go to the DVD bang after you've been hanging out all day, right? And you think, and especially if you're a FOB, FOP, fresh off the plane. Remember the term FOB for immigrants that come to America? He or she's a FOB, fresh off the boat, fresh off the plane. And you're a female, you're either here as a university student or an English teacher. You're thinking, oh, this guy's cool. You're going to take me to the DVD room. Yay, DVD room. And he goes, all right. Make sure you play Godfather or something. Play the longest movie imaginable, 3 hours long. So, yeah. And inside the DVD room, ladies and gentlemen, it is a bed. Yes, it's technically a bed. And the reason why they have this, so even for couples, since love motels might be a little expensive, couples will go to the DVD room. But if a little creepy local guy wants to do his thing, he's going to try to trick the girl and say, DVD room. I have seen so many YouTube videos from female English teacher go, yeah, you try to take me to a DVD room. So, yeah, the guy ain't there just to take you to go see a movie. Yes. So, and of course, you do have these in the Philippines. So they're called KTVs. So especially in Angela City, KTV, and even in Cebu, you have KTV because you have a lot of Koreans there. So yeah, so there's DVD rooms where the Koreans guys even pull this on the Filipinas. So let's go to the DVD room. So this is another tactic, yeah. Excuse me. And especially in Korea, it's really cheap to go there. So it's only $1, and then you get snacks and everything. And then you take, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, and he's not watching a movie. So, yes. Yeah. And let's see, Thomas. So going back, Americans can go to South Korea as long as we promise not to tear down any statues. Yeah. Yeah, there's one statue you do not want to do is tear down the President Park Chung-hee statue. That's a no-no. Apparently, he's still a legend here who was a president from 1963 to 1978. And, yep, he was killed for him to finish his presidency. So, yes. So, yeah. Yeah, don't do anything crazy in South Korea. You really don't. Yep, Los Angeles has Korean videoke rooms. Yep, no, and in Korean they're called noraebang. Yeah, so noraebang. Yeah. Oh yeah, Tommy, how are you today? And let's see, Tommy has a fun question. Do you get tired of eating Korean food? I know I would get sick of eating it 24/7. No, I don't really get sick of it because I grew up eating it all my life, if it saves me money. But of course, occasionally, if you've seen all my other videos, I've been eating Korean food than eating Western food. So I went and had wings. And recently I had a nice hamburger, and that's going to be my release tomorrow. So I'll have a video premiere about a hamburger place here in Daejeon. So I even forgot about this place because I've been there so many times. Yeah. And this guy, he lived in the US and he learned how to make burgers American style. So yeah, I can't wait to premiere that video tomorrow. So you guys will get to see it. So yeah, I pretty much know all the Western places to go. I keep forgetting there's a Johnny Rocket nearby too. So I'm going to get a chance to go check out Johnny Rocket when I get a chance or when I get some time. So yeah, because doing this YouTube thing, takes a lot of energy and time. I didn't realize, so I have to continually get stuff done. So yeah. Now, so for those that came late, I covered 2 points. I covered the tactics of Korean guys. So point 1, let's go eat some ramen together. Point 2, let's go to a DVD room. Yeah. And before you get to point T, Ron says, try eating Filipino food for almost 24/7. Yeah. Kiniwa, lechon, chicken adobo. Yes. So, yeah. Okay. I love this one. Okay. Now, you've heard this question before. Okay. So, are you open-minded? So, we have our interpretation about being open-minded. But when these local Korean guys, and a lot of them that use these lines, they don't know anything else. They don't have the English ability to, have really a conversation. Are you open-minded? And then if you're an FOP, fresh off the plane, foreigner girl, and you go, oh, of course I'm open-minded, yay. Well, his interpretation's like, Oh, so you put out, you do this, because sometimes in their minds they think of American girls because of what they see on Hollywood. Oh yeah, you know, yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna go out with that foreign girl. It's easy. So it's in their minds, and it's like, no, not really. You know, it's and they're mistaken. But that's what they think. That's why they ask that question, because a lot of these guys with their limited English, are you open minded? Sounds creepy, isn't it? Are you really open minded? So it sounds really creepy. So that is one of the terms. Yeah. Are you seriously open minded to do what you do what I think you would do for me? But nope. And I've heard this term from other young female English teachers. They've been asked that question. Are you open minded? So, yep, I've seen, and I've actually one time at a bar heard that question from a Korean guy trying to hit on a foreign girl. So I've actually witnessed that. So yeah. So Tommy Gunn says, no thanks, Ron. Yeah. So yeah. And then good morning, Jan. Good morning to all of you. Yeah. I guess a lot of Korean guys get slapped. Yes and no, Thomas. But some of these girls fall for this crap, because, they think, because then you still have some of these foreign girls that live in that K-drama, K-pop, like, oh, I'm going to Korea. And this is a definition of a Korea boo. So again, Korea boo. Like they're crazy about Korea. They're crazy about anything Korean culture. I'm a Korea boo. So side note, I remember somebody on the YouTube said one girl got an English teaching job at an academy and begged her director, oh, BTS is coming to Seoul. Can I go? And they, of course, they're going to say, hell no, you came here to do a job here. What is BTS? Oh, no. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Korea boo. Yeah. So, yeah. And of course, I have to give them the reality, said, look, yes, come to Korea for what it is, but that K-drama that you see, fantasy. K-pop, fantasy. If you see any of them, cool, they might be around, but their lives are rough. If you're an entertainer in Korea, it's rough. You don't have time to really be a social unless you have a fan meet, and sometimes they don't even show up to the fan meet. No, they didn't show up. I paid $100 for this fan, and they paid $100 for the fan meet, So yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Hollywood is one of the biggest reasons they think we're all rich. Yes. Yes, they think we live on Hollywood Hills, huh? Yeah. Encino. Yeah. Brentwood. West LA. Westwood. Yep. And actually, I live in that area. Well, San Fernando Valley. Man, it's nothing like what Hollywood portrays. So it's not telling the real truth. And same thing with the K-drama. If it was like really true, then everyone would look so pretty with plastic surgery and all that. No, it's not real. My religious, not as much, but my dad was a pastor, so he was later on. He became more of a traveling pastor here in Korea. He has a network of pastors here. It's crazy. So I was a PK. Yeah, preacher's kid. So yeah. Yep. So K-drama, K-pop addict here. Yeah. I mean, it's very popular. It's fun because every year in Los Angeles, late April or first week of May, Hollywood Bowl, there's the Korean Music Festival. Yes. Oh, thank you, Thomas, for clarifying. Yes, Bel Air and Beverly Hills, Rodeo Drive, or the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, huh? So, yeah. And yes, Thomas, once you step into the peninsula here, yes, you will be a millionaire in Korean won. So you'll be jumping in with Korean won. All right. Oh, Barry. And Barry and Thomas, I did see you over there at Tom and Roots. So your contract has ended here in China. South Korea seems to be the only nearby country open. Yeah, it is open. And Barry, I'm assuming if you're an American, you do get 3 months here. You might be able to get another extra visa extension for another month or two. That's what I've heard. But you are still risking it by being here because there are flights to go back to the US, and the question is, what does that immigration guy says? Does that immigration guy say, oh no, you need to go home, or no, stay another month and two and spend money here in Korea? So that's the part, the gray area that I do not know from months 4 and 5, unless Barry, you say you're Canadian, you get 6 months. So that would be the other way around it. Yeah, how can I say I've seen 90 days and 6 months? Is quarantine still fit? What's the rent for a nice apartment per month? Can I do short-term rentals for 3 to 6 months? It's going to be, here's the issue, because Thomas has faced this issue. You could do 6 months rent here, and it just depends on the owner, because technically if you get an apartment here, you need to have residence card, just like you do in China, unless you find like an old ajishi, old man landowner that says, nope, I want everything under my name. You don't have to put your address, in immigration. You don't need to get an ARC card. You could do that, but it depends on the area, because sometimes if you're going to stay in Seoul, man, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg. And if you come to like my town, it's a little cheaper. So you could get it for, if you just want like a one room, it could be as cheap as like 300, but it depends on the homeowner or the apartment owner, if he's willing to do that, where you don't have to go through the mumbo jumbo to get all that. And quarantine is still in effect, 14 days. You'll be at a government facility, but usually the hotels are usually pretty good. So those are the things. And you could do the 14 and then you can roll out. So it depends where you want to go. If you want to stay in Seoul, it's going to be really hard. And if you're trying to Airbnb right now, they're going to not respond back to you, because that's the issue Thomas was having, because Korean has this worry about, just like in China, the saving face thing. They don't want to have any Americans. So sometimes I was thinking about testing the theory, if I should try an Airbnb. Would I get denied? So I don't know, because I don't need a place. I got lucky. I got a place here, a room where I'm at right now. So that's what I've been pretty much been doing, is just staying in a room, even if I have an ARC card. So yeah, so something to think about. But Ken here, and if that would happen, I go to Cambodia. Yes, and Ken, actually, I met a South African English teacher. She is in Cambodia now. And I was like, why are you going to go and put 3,000 deposit? Well, what I found out from her is her academy is paying for that. So she's going to technically do 1 month in Cambodia. So 2 weeks quarantine, 2 weeks in Cambodia. Then she's going to come back to Korea and 2 weeks quarantine. So she's going to be out of commission for 6 weeks, which I'm surprised that school is going to pay for it. But apparently that school still has a lot of students. So, and a lot of my friends work at that academy here in Daejeon. So I know that school still has a good amount of funds. So, and that school has kind of a good reputation. So usually I would recommend, if teachers want to teach English there, I usually send them over there. But most of the times they don't have jobs available. But yeah, actually, Ken, that's a good point. So another thing is, yeah, you could probably still come here for 3 months and then row to Cambodia, or maybe something are opening up, because I know Thailand's opened up in some aspects, but they're only letting workers or long-term visas come in, just like the Philippines is opening up August 1st for long-term visa holders. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I've been looking for Airbnb and no one answers. Yeah, so that is the huge issue here in Korea. So, and there's a chance they'll probably not answer me either, because on my Airbnb it shows I'm an American. So I think anyone that has American is not going to get a response unless you find an Airbnb owner that is a foreigner, which is rare here in Korea. Compared to the Philippines, you could actually find, Airbnb owners that are foreigners, more in Philippines and Thailand, way more. So, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to bring up point number 4 here with the subject. And this is a common question. Do you live alone? Korean guys ask these girls that. And and this is where you could use caution, or I would tell teachers come in here, say, hey, say you live with someone just on purpose. If you don't trust that, person, say you live with a coworker. Yeah. So say you live with someone, because sometimes the tactic is, oh, she lives alone. That means, because what that creepy dude would do is he's going to spread that network around. Say, hey, check out this girl. She lives alone. She's got a place. So sometimes for defense tactics, if I'm speaking to females, say you live with a fellow teacher, because sometimes if you say you live alone, that word might get out to the playboys, because, they got the little network too. Yeah, and don't let them know where you live. I mean, that's just general, common sense. So, yeah, that's just a general thing there. So, yeah, don't ever say you live alone, because, and even for Korean girls, I'm like, most of the Korean girls know better. They just like, no. 친구랑 같이 살아, meaning I live with a friend. No, 혼자서 안 살아. I don't live alone. So, yeah, they're smart enough to say that. But for foreign girls, fresh off the plane, they're like, yeah, I do live alone. Oh, that word's going to get around. And they're going to like, oh, I'm going to try to hit up this girl. So, yeah, you're going to get hit on. So, just use caution. That's what I tell them. So, yeah. Okay, Sister Jackie, shout out. Thank you. Shout out to all of you. Thank you. Okay, Tommy, how many more years are you going to live in Daejeon? I do not know. I think I might be staying 1 more year, because if I don't have a clue what's going on, I might get me my own place probably in September. So I don't know and I might just stay here for a year, because I think we're not going to be able to go to too many places. So the other option, I mean, if I want to go to Cambodia and put $3,000 up, I can do that, but I really don't want to do that. So, yeah. Okay, say hello to Asia Unscripted. So he has a channel. He does those special tours for, Cebu. At first it was IT Park, but now it's Cebu City because he's, nearby Ayala Mall. So I like the report. So, but yeah, sometimes I have to go back and watch your old videos about CDO or Manila just to see the change. But I like your report. So yeah. And then he goes, it sounds like South Korea isn't a good option during COVID for foreigners. Yeah. So that's why I would recommend if you do come, do the 14 days, and then maybe go to a hostel or a hotel for a while. Just walk in and say, hi, I need a place. So that would be the ideal thing to do. Yep, quarantine's like 2,000. Yep, about approximately 1,800. So, yep. And Thomas and Barry wants to know about Cebu. So, just in. Yeah. So we are on modified, enhanced community quarantine, still mostly locked down, but at least the malls are open again. So, yes. So the malls are definitely open again. Yeah. And I know now they've been getting a little strict over there, Jason. Luckily I was able to film something in there, but now I've been stopped a lot more in the Philippines when I go inside because I went to CDO and I got stopped at SM Premiere, but I still was able to film. But then I never ended up uploading the footage because I think there's been tons of footage. Even Ricky has done one already. So yeah. Oh, it's the nosebleed kid. Yeah, so it's the nosebleed. Okay, and I see we got about 16 million viewers according to the Filipino analytics. So yeah, Mr. Ron. Yep. Rumors Metro Manila might be going to ME. Yep. Modified enhanced community quarantine by August 1st. Ooh. Yeah, I heard about the Duterte making an announcement about that. I don't know if he has said anything. So yeah. And Ron says Davao City is under modified general community quarantine. So yeah, I love all these terms that they use. They don't want to use lockdowns. And good, you just answered I was about to ask you this question, Jason. You still need a quarantine passes to get into the mall. So that was a question I was going to ask you. So where did you go? You're kind of like a Korean. You're psychic. That's how you got to live in Korea. You got to have a psychic mind here on steroids. Say you're ready to come to Korea, Jason. But yeah. Yep. Okay, I might visit South Korea next year. Will you meet me in Seoul? I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll come up to Seoul. It's easy to go anywhere, Ta. It's so easy. You just take the KTX. So I could go KTX to Seoul or whichever. Or if you want to make a run to the south, you come drop in to Daejeon. From Daejeon to Busan, go fly from Busan. Take the ferry boat to Jeju-do. So yeah. You can go pretty much anywhere. And yes, go into a mall. So agreed. Yep. And Metro Manila is adding 1,500 cases a day. Yeah. Yeah, it's risen. It's been over 50,000 cases compared to Korea, which is we're only at barely 20,000. So yeah. Okay. And Jeffrey, yes. Good morning from Clearwater. Yeah, as I was telling the subs here, one of the reasons I did this topic is I was stumbling on the YouTube, and then I remember when you mentioned your daughter is coming to Korea as an English teacher, so this kind of like piqued my interest to maybe do a topic like this. So yeah, and you could probably watch the replay on the points that I go after. Yep. Okay, good. Yeah, you can email me. So I should be here for a year. My only thing is there might be a possibility I might go to US in January or February, but I'm not sure yet. So I have to wait and see what happens. Okay, so good. I like it when I catch up on comments. Now, here's the funniest. Here is the funniest one. Oh, you got to wait for this one. This is a question. You ask any Caucasian female in Korea, have they gotten this question? Are you Russian? And you're wondering, are you Russian? Why are they asking this question? Yes. And a lot of white Caucasian females have been asked this question. I think almost every white female I've talked to here in Korea has been asked this question. Because apparently, we have Russian prostitutes here. I mean, I've really never seen any. I've met Russian females here as, university students, but not as prostitutes. But yeah. So they would ask, that's a code like, are you a prostitute? It's like, really? Seriously? But yeah. So almost everyone I've talked to has been asked this question. Are you Russian? So, and sometimes like late at night when they're walking home and Ajishi's drunk, an old man, are you Russian? It's like, whoa, what the hell? Chill out. I mean, and Korea is still safe. There's nothing to be alarmed with. That's your occasional thing you'll get in Korea. Like if you have a drunk Ajishi, you have a drunk K.A.E, just drunk people will just ask the stupid questions. But most of the times they'll just leave you alone. But yeah, are you Russian? So that is one of the things. Yeah. So yeah. So that is one of those things. One of those experiences. Yeah. Are you Russian? Yeah. So yeah. And Asia Unscripted, I may go back to USA for 3 months and come back to Asia for the winter. Yeah. And you're welcome, Jeffrey. Yeah. Okay. And if you in LA, I can meet you. I have a sister living in Koreatown. Okay, cool. Yeah. If I decide to go back in January, February, yeah, we could just hang out in Koreatown. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm celebrating with my 0.0 alcohol since it's opening day for the Dodgers with no fans. So I'm doing my 0.0. Ah, yeah. I always like taste of beer. So I do these for social occasions. Yeah. Okay, so Jan says, so far, they did not ask for my quarantine pass here in Clark, SM. Good thing I have it with me just in case they ask, but police scolded us when we go for jogging with a minor. So apparently kids are not allowed to leave the house. Okay. So you just never know. Yeah. So Pfizer gets $1 billion from U.S. government to start mass producing COVID-19 vaccine. So it's on the way soon. Yeah, Pfizer. Yeah. Wow. So they're going to try to put their hand in another cookie jar there. So, all right. Interesting to see what happens there, China Dave. Okay. So don't tell them you're jogging. Tell them you're running away from the scene of the crime. Yes, we're running for our safety. We are running for our safety. We're trying to run away. Yeah. Officer, sir. Hello, sir. We're running. We're not jogging. We're running away. Look at that bad man over there. So, yeah. So that is the way to do it. All right. So I got another point to bring out. So, of course, you heard the term Russian. I love this one. This is another line. And actually, the Korean guys use this on the Filipinos a lot more. Please teach me English. Be my English teacher. Please teach me English. And of course, yeah, I actually saw this and then I talked to a few Filipinos. Yeah, the Korean guy will try to hit on them, please teach me English. But in Korea, yeah, that's what they use. It's a tactic. Hello, baby, you beautiful baby. Please teach me English. 좀 가르쳐 주세요. Teach me English. 진짜. 야, 그거 좀 도와주세요. Teach me English. Help me. Yeah, Nitbon. Nice to see you. I'm sorry your twin brother Daniel hasn't arrived. I thought I would see him on Tom and Ruth's live stream, but I guess he's occupied right now. So guess he's focused to do something else. Yep, and just around 60 plus and under 18 are home quarantine, are not allowed out of the house in the Philippines. Okay, so Jan, I have to go. Need to prepare for my premiere soon. Have a great day. Yep, take care, Jan. Take care of yourself. So, yes. So, all right, I'm going to take a sip of my. 0.0. Oh, I should just advertise this. I get more viewers coming in. Yeah, 0.0. Yeah, was it the Golish? Yeah, I actually had the Cozell one. Oh, and for those that are curious, I do have my coffee. Yeah. Oh, okay. Should I go silent now? More viewers are coming. All right, so next. What's another one? Okay, I do have one, but I'm going to save it for the end of the live stream. But I'm going to throw this out. Yes, this one's a crazy one. This is very crazy. So be careful when being offered a mint by one of these guys. And you're like, a mint? What are you talking about, King? Mint? Why? Why the heck do you say, be careful? And I don't think this is a common occurrence, but they're like, what are you talking about, King? And this is something I've heard from some of the foreign girls that went out clubbing. Usually, if a regular Korean guy that you know gives you a mint, it's no big deal. But if you're like meeting them as a stranger and they're offering you a mint, well, apparently that mint that you take is Rohypnol. I don't know how they do it. It's kind of like a date rape drug. And I don't know how those guys do that, but yeah, they would offer that. And then later on, they would wait till that foreign girl stumbles if she's alone going home because everyone else is drinking. And that's one of the things that happens. So that's happened to a few girls. They were offered a mint and it was the date rape drug. So I didn't believe it, but yeah. So just something to be aware of. Now, if it's just like you're hanging out with a bunch of people, and you're going in a whole group, you should be fine, because I have mints, but I usually, don't offer the mints. But, but that's what the tactics to the extreme. And that's to the extreme. That's not really the thing, but it's just, I think that happens probably 0.1%, but I just thought, hey, I'll throw it out there. So you just never know. Just like even if they say, like for women, when even in the States or anywhere in the world, they say cover your drink. Sometimes even if they pop the bottle, you still have to be careful. I remember watching a CIS or SUV victims unit on NBC where the bartender already bottled everything out, but there's like a little drug inside there. So it's crazy. Yeah. All right. No red horse. Nope. Goulash. Yep. Advertising. All right. Now I'm going to get more views on Facebook now, right? So, yep. Height beer. That's my favorite beer. Height. Yeah. And that's good. because even if I don't drink alcohol, but sometimes I use it for the meat. Pour the height onto the samgyeopsal, which is pork belly. Let's go eat some samgyeopsal. Yeah. All right, you have excellent taste in beer. Yeah. So I always like beer. It's just that now I don't drink alcohol. So, and this is a cool thing, Jeffrey, about Korea. They have tons of these 0.0 near beer options. So I really like it. So at least I could still be social with my friends here. So I don't have to be like a little grouch. Yeah, you're drinking. I'm not. So yeah, I'm going to take another sip for it. mm. Mm. Yeah. Oh, I thought taking a mint means we are married. Yeah. So here you go. Oh no, it's Jomel. Hey, I need to buy you a new hat. Well, it's got to be my LA Dodgers. Sorry, Jomel's a Bay Area guy. Oh, Jomel, you should go check out my which video did I do? The ones when I'm eating at FML. Yeah, my buddy there. You'll get along with my twin brother Andy. Yeah, he is a Giants fan, so you two will get along real well. Maybe if you can come over to Korea, I'll take you to introduce him. So see what happens. Angels hat will be nice. Yeah, Angels. They're not really in Los Angeles. They're in Anaheim and Orange County. They're not in LA County. So that's why they're called Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Orange, right next door to Disneyland. Yeah, they're technically, you could see Disneyland from Anaheim Stadium. Yep. So if someone offers me a meat, it's probably poison. Yeah, it'll probably be a nice female or something. If you, yeah. So, but yeah, that's one of those things that, oh man, I just was like, wow, all these little tactics they come up with. I didn't know it was like a little network of those chick boys and F boy guys, you know? And you know, the stigma is even when I was in the Philippines, you know. Yeah, even when before I met my girlfriend, yeah, there was a lot of like, don't go out with him. He's Korean. He's a chick boy and F boy, and that's what they are. And when she met me, she goes, oh, I'm an American. Yeah, I am an American. Is how to kind of sell that point. Because it's a rarity to see guys like me in the Philippines, along with Filipino AMs and cans from Canada. So you don't have too many Asian Americans or Asian Canadians or Westerns in the Philippines. So yeah, it's usually that ethnicity because Korea's nearby, China's nearby. You know, everyone's pretty much that nationality, the natives, native Chinese, native Koreans. So yeah, let's see. Okay. So let's see. I got 2 more points to cover before I end the stream. So yes. So look out for these guys. This is a guy that I followed, and he talked about look out for this and watch for these guys. There's the innocent shy guy. Hi. And then there's the smiley boy. I will protect you. Yay. You're good. And there's that bad boy. We're going to do it this way. We're going to do it that way. Irake. So, yeah. So, that's one of the things. So, those are the 3 type of guys, the creepers you have to look for. Yeah. So, let me catch up with these comments here. Yeah. And, yep. Thank you, Jeffrey. Okay. Oh, oops. Yep. Where am I? Oh, let's see. Angels, Dodgers, little brother. Yep, it's all about the Dodgers. Yeah. So hopefully we'll catch up with the Giants after this year. Yep. Angels won in '02. Yep, and it was managed by Mike Scioscia, an ex-Dodger. So yeah, I don't like the Dodgers either. Yeah, historic team. Yeah, got some teaming up against my SoCal Dodgers. Yeah. So that's one of the things. But yep. But overall, Korea is pretty safe. So just got to be careful. Now, I'm not saying for young females, to not drink. Of course, if you don't drink, you should be pretty safe and alert. But yeah, but if you do drink, be careful. And I see this on a constant basis, even in my own little bubble in the city of Daejeon. Yes, I just sit there and watch. It's kind of fun to sit there and watch, and make sure there's no problems. So yeah, and that's another thing. It's safe, but don't get into a fight with a local, and that's just around the world. Don't get into a fight with any locals because we as foreigners, we're not going to win. We're not going to win at all. So, and there's times, one time I pushed one of my military guys away. I said, get out of here, get in the elevator and get the F out of here now. He goes, why are you being a... No, you're going to thank me later. Because there's two drunk Korean guys ready to beat the living, snot out of him, So I was like, nope, get in and go, take your girl and get the hell out of here. Don't stay. Nothing good's going to happen here. So those are one of the things. Okay, so let's see here. Are there homeless people sleep on the streets of South Korea? Is that normal? Actually, in Daejeon, I have not seen it at all. I have not seen it at all as much. The only thing you have is maybe you have the older guy or older woman, ajishi or ajuma, sitting, just have a box and, you throw the money down. So, yeah. So that's what I would see, but I don't see it too often. In Seoul, I will see it more often. Like you have a bunch of, ajishis and ajumas just sitting there because, remember, just to remind you, like our Social Security, well, our pension system did not start till 1988. So a lot of them did not get to put in their pension. So they have like barely any subsidy. And they're pretty much, some of them are just homeless and they can't live with their kids at home because they'll get no subsidy. So they'll purposely go out and, yeah, just panhandle. And I've seen it. And even in 1986, I've seen it. So I saw it more back in 1986 than now in today's Korea. But I have seen bagpackers. I actually, an idea I wanted to do with bagpackers was someone films me. I go up, act like a native Korean, like, hello. Oh, sorry, my English is not so good. 그거 뭐야? You from? And I wanted to do something. And have everyone film me. After a while, get to know them. I would just lay into them like, who the hell do you think you are? I was thinking about doing that. But yeah. But it's not extremely as normal as possible. But it's in Seoul, it does happen. But the other places, I haven't seen too much of it. Blue Jays, George, Toronto. Yeah, question is, where are they going to play? Because in Toronto, they're not allowed to host any sporting events, even without fans. So where are they going? Yep, nothing good happens after 2 a.m. That was something the Tony Dungy was saying, or Herm Edwards. So, or at the rookie symposium for the NFL. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. or nothing good happens at 2 a.m. in the morning. Get out of there. Get out of there and escape. No need to be there. Yeah. So, yeah, because I don't drink, I'm always, sharp. I got my head on the swivel. I'm always like seeing what's going on. Even if Korea is very safe, I could walk around at 1 a.m. No one messes with me. I even see young Korean girls on the phone walking. I mean, that's good. Only bad thing is when they leave Korea, they need to really have their head on the swivel. So, and FYI, like for example, in Korea, there's too much reliance on the safety, which myself, yeah, Korea is safe, but I'm still like, I'm gonna be questioning stuff like, is that really safe? I mean, I'm less of that, but I'm still in my head. Now, for example, the Sewol ferry disaster, okay, that happened. You know that a lot of those high school kids died. Okay, I that didn't even surprise me because in Korea, I went there in 2013 and 14. Okay, so I was there in 14. I rode one of those boats and I sat there inside the boat like, okay, what if this happens? What if we, turn over? What if we get stuck? Are these assholes going to tell us to stay inside? And I'm like, no, because there's that sense of like too much reliance on safety in Korea, and those kids stayed inside, and all of them died. And if I was on that boat, my ass would have been going topside. We're gonna stay on this SOB as much as possible. We're going topside. I'm gonna be like, F you, no, 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 no. So yeah, but I kind of questioned the safety because I thought about that, and then when that happened, I was like, whoa. So yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I have heard Westerners have pretty much no chance with a Korean girl in Korea. If you're young, if you're younger, you do have a chance. If you're younger. So Nippon, yeah, because Daniel has a Korean girlfriend here in Daejeon. So, I mean, it's more difficult than the Philippines and Thailand. But yeah, you still have a chance if you're still young. Like the prime age is like 30 to 35 here. So yeah. Yep. So Jeffrey, I tell my kids nothing good happens after 11 p.m. Yeah. So, and just to let you know, your daughter shouldn't have nothing to be alarmed about being in Korea because it's really safe. But just this live stream is just informational. So something like she can be just aware about. This is just more of an awareness thing. So I figured that she should be fine. And you, as being the good father you are, in raising her, she should be fine, So, yeah, and that's a quote from Hyunyeon. Okay. Nippon, I'm Korean. I have no chance with Korean girls. Yeah. Sorry, King, but I'm a Lightning fan. Okay. And you guys actually, did you guys win the Stanley Cup against Calgary one year? I forgot. So, yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to maybe try to go another 20 minutes if I can. But I like to bring this one up. This one is crazy. Okay. Now, this is between the local guys. And I actually covered almost all the points here. So this is the last point I'll get to cover. Okay, so between the local guys, check this out. This is a question they ask within each other. Have you ridden the white horse? Did you ride the white horse? Now, I think most of you can figure out what that means for a Korean guy. Sometimes I do ask a lot of white girls in Korea, do you know what this means? When Korean guys talk about this, do you seriously know what this means? Okay. So yeah. So this is the thing with Korean guys. Just like, for a Western man, like they might have like yellow fever or fetish. Well, this is their term. Have you ridden the white horse? Yeah. And I actually have a nice picture here. So there's a Korean term. Yep. Bekmatada. So Bekmatada is to ride the white horse, a rude phrase for sex with them. Yeah. Let me see if I can knock the banner part up. So I'm going to hide the banner part. Sex with a white woman. So to ride a white horse, it's a rude phrase for sex with a white woman, riding the white horse. So that is a term used by local Korean guys, riding the white horse. Yeah. So, yep. So they asked themselves, so have you ridden the white horse? Did you ride the white horse? So, yeah. Bekmatada. And tada means to ride. Yeah. So Bekmatada. Yeah. So, yep. So there's, I couldn't believe I found this picture. I wanted to find this picture. So there is the term. So I know this would be a good one. This is the one point I wanted to save at the end. So, yep. So there it is. So, yeah. So that was the last point I was going to do. Okay. And let's see. Oh, How I Met Your Mother. Okay. Yeah. I love that show. Yep. It took 7 seasons to finally say, hey, this is how I met your mother. His wife with the yellow umbrella. So, yeah. Yep. Nice euphemism. The white horse. Ride the white horse. So, yeah. And the picture is hilarious. Yes. So I was shocked to even find that because I was looking for a visual aid for you guys if they had anything. So I was shocked to see it. Yeah. White whale is more appropriate. Yeah. So, yeah. Oh, hold up. I need to. Oh, what about those Buffalo Sabres? Yeah. I didn't realize there's like so many NHL teams there. You got the New Jersey Devils, Islanders, Rangers, and the Sabres. Yeah, and sorry, I'm a Kings fan, and nope, David, I did not jump on the bandwagon in 2012 and 14 like some of the fans did in LA. I remember going back to '93 when the Kings let that slip away with Marty McSorley's, stick being too long or something. Yeah. Game 2. That's when we lost it. So, yeah, they wanted to play in Pittsburgh for the season, but the Pennsylvania Health Department said no. Yep, I did read that, George. So they're still looking for a place, the Blue Jays, to play. Yeah. Yep, haha, exactly what I was thinking. Oh, yes. Hasek. Yep, greatest NHL goalie. Yep, he's a former Buffalo Sabre. Yep, Hasek. And who else is pretty good? Yeah, you even had Patrick Waugh, and then you have Martin Brodeur. And I was hoping Jonathan Quick would get into that sentence, but I can't honestly say he's not going to get there. He was sharp when he won those 2 Stanley Cups, but he ain't the same anymore. I don't know. Jonathan Quick had the potential, but yeah, not going to happen. So, yeah, that was the thing. But, yeah. So those are one of the things I wanted to do this live stream. So this was going to be a fun little thing. So it's always fun to talk about these things. So, yeah, and I had so many conversations in Korea when I got together with a lot of the English teachers. They would tell me all kinds of stories. Now, one of my friends, she's now in Europe. for the first 6 months, because she was part of the EPIC program, the English program in Korea, the one Jeffrey's daughter's going into. She said, "Oh, I was fed up with the Korean guys after 6 months," because she dealt with all those little things there. So yeah, she dealt with all those little, you know, yeah, I want to ride the white horse. Please teach me English. Are you open-minded? So yeah, she got fed up with that crap. So yeah, yep. And you really don't see many Western women in the Philippines other than sometimes in tourist areas. They're usually with their husbands or boyfriends. Yeah. Yeah. And like now I have seen this, Ron, in Cebu, and I'm gonna back up what Gio said, not just because Gio said it, because I've actually seen a few Western women with Filipino guys in Cebu or at Ayala Mall. So and reason I'm saying that is it made me stop. It made me stop and went, oh, we're in Korea. That's actually now I'm seeing it more common in Korea. Even in my city here in Daejeon, I see a lot more Western women with Korean guys. I even see now I'm seeing even African American girls with Korean guys, you know. And of course, yeah, I was at the bar like I don't know a month ago, and she and I was listening to her because she was friends with a few Korean guys, friends, and I was wondering like, she goes, yeah, I got in this legal trouble and all this and all that, and I'm just like, okay, well, just be careful, huh? She goes, are you judging me? No, I'm not judging you. Just be careful, you know. And there was an incident. I'm not going to name this YouTuber's name, but there's a young guy who does all his content about black women, dating black women. I don't know, whatever floats his boat. And then he paid for a young African American girl to come here. And what happened is he got in a shouting match. He shoved her, and he lost all respect from the black community. And he's trying to apologize. And I'm like, of course, I kept my mouth shut because my advice to me is I say, hey, shut up. Don't say nothing. Keep your mouth shut. You don't even apologize. Just shut up right now. Disappear from the scene for now. But he keeps opening his mouth and everyone just keeps attacking him, So, yeah. Yep. Thank God for that. Yep, Carl, good morning, Mr. Bay Area. So he's joining us. Welcome. Yeah, I never seen a Western woman, a younger Filipino. I can't remember where. Yeah, well, the ones I saw were actually, they're young. They're very young. It wasn't an age gap. It wasn't like what you see in 90 Day Fiance, a 60-year-old and a 20-year-old. It's nothing like that. It was actually like two youngsters, probably in their mid-20s, So that's what I saw. So that's the type I've not seen. The one I have not seen is I have not seen an older Western woman with a young Filipino guy. That I have not seen. But the one that are like the same age, I have seen. And even in Korea, that's even common. Like they're mostly youngsters, like especially the American girls that date Korean guys, they're really young. They're in their mid to late 20s. So that's what I usually would see over there. Yeah. So, yeah, laughed out loud. I wasn't there. Are there not any? I said they aren't any. So, yeah. But yeah, that's what I encountered because, because I would remember. It made me remember because I had to stop and look. I was like, huh? Whoa, okay. Which I usually don't stop and look. I usually just go, oh, okay. Because it was something, rare. And that's like even a common case in Korea. You get stares, You get a lot of stares in Korea, like, oh, hey, you're a foreigner. Yay. Hey, you're a foreigner. Yeah, right. And I said not many, but yeah, and still it's few and far fetched, But yeah, that was my experience going through Ayala Mall, and I was just like, oh, okay, yeah. So, but most of them, if you see a Western woman, they're there with their husbands, they're on a trip, or they're there with their families, they're on a trip. I encountered some of them when I was in Dumaguete. They're on a trip, so whole families, visiting the Philippines. Yeah, I didn't say there were not any. Okay, so yeah, that was the interesting part about all of that. But yeah, and when I go to Philippines, I usually don't see foreigners. Yeah, but of course, like Cebu, Ayala Mall, tons of foreigners all over the place. Or even when I went to Siki, tons of foreigners, and even like Dumaguete, especially on that boardwalk. Yeah, because I remember when Gio did that video about there's a lot more. So, and then when I walked down the boardwalk, I'm like, holy! And I passed by each bar. I'm like, well, there's tons of these expats here. Jeez. So, and I didn't even stop and talk to any of them. I just like did my own thing and just met up with whoever. Mostly the YouTube community is the ones that I met up with the Gios and Pauls and their buddies that showed up. So that was the interesting part that I still enjoy. But yeah. So, but Carl, I remember going to CDO. There wasn't a lot of foreigners. I still was like kind of like walking around, turning around like, I don't see too many foreign expat guys there at CDO. I mean, though, like when you go into like because there's 4 malls connected to each other in Cagayan del Oro, especially if you go into Gazino Mall, there is really, I didn't even see one foreigner in there. I was the only foreigner inside that mall. I walked around, went, whoa, hey, I didn't even see enough. And the funny thing is, I didn't even see one Korean person in there. I was like, hey, so I kind of was like just by myself on my own, The only place I would maybe see a foreigner is maybe the Ayala, SM, and the Lemkati Mall. So that's when I would see an occasional foreigner, but I was pretty much alone there. Yeah. And you see them in Davao too. Yeah. So there you go. All right. Well, let's see. I'll go maybe another five minutes or 10 minutes. So if you guys have any last minute comments or anything you want to see, or if you have a question, feel free to ask me. So let's see. Yep. And Carl, I go to San Pedro, Laguna, not too many, or San Jose Occidental, Mindoro, no foreigners. Yeah. And sometimes, that's kind of a relief at times. Yeah. And I would say Dumaguete and larger cities and the tourist areas. Yeah. Especially in Cebu. Yeah. Especially in Cebu. As I said earlier, I'm surrounded by Koreans. You can't. I'm trying to think here. When I go to Ayala Mall or IT Park, within 100 yards, there's a Korean person next to me. Within 100 yards. Yeah, I'd sit there and go, oh, I can't escape them. Oh, they're there. Oh, here's one that's coming to Time World. Oh, he bumps me. But the funny thing is, like, I could probably speak English and they'll think nothing of it. I say, hey, since they're, supposedly supposed to be learning English over there in Cebu, since they all go to those English schools. So actually I could speak a little English and then they'll assume I'm another Korean guy trying to learn English. So yeah. So that's one of the things that I was just laughing at times. But yeah, it's fun. I just like people watching too when I in general. So sometimes, yeah, in Ayala Mall, I would just stand in a rail and just people watch and go, okay, let's see the interaction. So it's really fun. So, but I miss Ayala Mall. I love Ayala Mall. Yeah, and I still like the new Ayala Mall. I like their time zone much better. So yeah. Okay. And where do your parents live? I have one that lives in Los Angeles. One lives here in Daejeon. So that's where they live. Have I been to Iloilo? No, I haven't. And that's one of the destinations I do want to go there. So yeah, it is. But what I hear, because my friend Jason Asian Scripted's been there and he did a video tour there. So he says it's very conservative. So it's a conservative area. How long did you teach in Korea before transition online teaching? Well, I did it in Korea. I did it for the past 5 years, and then years ago I did it in America. So Jeffrey, I did do some special ed, and then I did substitute teaching. So, but yeah, I just discovered online teaching because I wanted to travel, so I wanted to be able to do something online. So yeah, I jumped in at the right time in 4 years ago, and yeah, transitioned into it when I was traveling. But when I was in Korea, I still worked jobs here. I still did the freelance jobs because of the visa I have, since I'm allowed to do whatever I want here for any job, since I have the right visa. Where, for example, like your daughter's coming on an E2 visa, she technically can only do the public school job or the job she's been hired for. So yeah, so I've just been doing online. But Jeffrey, I might, if there's a nice part-time job that pays me good money, like 50 or 60 bucks for the hour, I might jump on it again and do it again if it's good. If I like it and it's not too far for me to travel, I might get back and do it, because I like talking to the corporate adults, because I always like to get their perspective on like how the corporate world is, or how the LG and how the system is, or any new laws or any new ways of hiring. Because I ask them those questions a lot, because it just gives me a lot of knowledge base on, oh, okay, this is the new thing going on here. So sometimes I like taking adult jobs. And Carl says, I would rather be around Filipinos. Many countries been, I like going around the natives. Yeah. Yeah. So, well, and that's one thing, Carl, when regards to Filipinos, it's like they welcome you into the house. We're very welcoming. And that's one of the things I like about the Philippines culture, where, Korea, it takes a while for them to accept you, or to ever accept you fully, Yeah. And what's the range of online teaching salary? It's not as good as doing offline. Nippon, you're going to be averaging about $20 as a native English speaker. But now these companies are starting to screw us over, and it's starting to now drop to like 18. I used to get like up to 24 an hour, but then they have this new incentive program with the company I'm working for, and it's like, what? They're starting to like screw with it. And plus you have to teach like a certain amount of classes to get your full like 24 bucks an hour, 22 an hour. So it's not much. I mean, that's good if you are, teaching, doing this in Thailand or the Philippines, because, your dollar goes a long way. But yeah, it's really getting hard. All right, China Dave, see you later. Take care, be safe. Next time, Del Taco tonight. King chicken tacos. Yeah, Del Taco is pretty good. Yeah, right now. Okay, and Filipinos are very friendly to Americans. I know, yeah. So that's one thing I like more about the Philippines, because, yeah, it's just easy to blend in and, have a good time, where you can just start a conversation. Cool. in a Korean social gathering, you can't just like show up, and just be like, they'll be like, what are you doing here talking to us? Huh? What are you doing here? 누구야? So you have some of those issues with the Korean society. It's all about, in Korea, is who you know. Go, oh, you're his friend. You're his 친구, which means friend in Korean. Yeah. Okay, cool. Come in. 소개팅, as I said in my other stream, 소개팅. You got to be introduced. Just like if you want to meet a Korean girl, it's called 소개팅. Your friend introduces her friend to you, something like that. So that's how the Korean part works. Where, in the Philippines and like Thailand, it's just like, it's a little easier, to just kind of blend in. More in the Philippines, of course. That's one thing. I don't want that part to ever change about the Philippines, That's one thing I like look forward to, And you kind of feel it. Like, as some of you that's been to like Philippines or Southeast Asia, you kind of feel like, the temperature, Yeah. Okay, live in America, people are not friendly to each other most part. Yeah, and lately, yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah, and behold, the kids will come running when they see me outside. They never seen an American before. Yeah. So, yeah, they'll be like, hey, yeah, there you go. Yep, and you're feeling very isolated. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you. That's why I had to escape to Korea. And Jeffrey, yep, have a good day. So thank you for coming. So I look forward to seeing the process your daughter goes through, because this is probably the first time they will go through a quarantine process and orientation. So I would like to hear what happens. So yeah, keep me up to date, Jeffrey, if you can. So, but thanks for coming. Thomas, I had a couple of Chinese girlfriends. I don't think Americans are ever accepted in their family beyond just being polite. Yeah. So, yeah, China and Korea, they're kind of similar in those cases. So, yeah. All right. And true, not like Philippines. I spent my last birthday with a Filipino family. Best birthday party ever. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I kind of like jump on. If I have nothing to do that day and there's a Filipino party, I say, yeah, come on over. I'm there, I agree. Americans aren't neighborly anymore. Nope, it's not like the old school days where you knew your neighbor's name, Thomas. Yeah, those days are like long gone. I remember, most of us remember back in the days, back in the 70s and 80s, where I kind of knew my neighbors. And then after that, it's, oh, who are you? So, yeah, that is the feeling. Yes and yes, Tommy. So, yeah. Okay, so before I go, let's see. So tomorrow I'll have a premiere video out. I don't know which time I'm going to do it. I want it to not coincide with, either Gio or Paul or Rick A. But I don't know when Gio's gonna live stream tomorrow. I don't know what time. Lately, he's probably like, Paul, okay, I feel like it. And I'll have my next live stream Monday at 10 o'clock Philippines time. So I'm going to see if I can either get a guest or come with another topic. So I'm going to be, of course, live streaming regardless on Monday. So I'm trying to keep that consistency of Monday, Wednesday, Friday if I can, unless something changes. I'll do my best to keep you guys afloat on that. And let's see, one last comment. In 2000, when I stayed in Binan Laguna for 48 days, most Filipinos had never seen a foreigner, and about 16 days, they didn't pay me no mind. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, and Gio said to me tonight. Yeah, so yeah, and you told me too that he's gonna have said to me tonight. Okay, Gio might live stream tonight. Okay. So see if I can catch it if possible. Depends if I get everything done. All right. So, yep, I'm gone an hour and a half. So we had about 16 to 20 viewers here. So thank you for coming out to the stream. And thank you for all contributing this information, and even your sports teams. Even if I'm an LA Dodgers fan, but yeah, thank you. I had a lot of fun. Interacting with all of you. So yeah, so I will see you guys on Monday. So wherever you are, be safe, have a good time, and yep, LS tonight and Nippon, thank you. And I'll read the email. Yes. So I'll check it. So take care and I'll see you soon. So goodbye or good.